Elizabeth at Literary Princess. If you are new here, welcome. I am a fifth-year PhD candidate in English literature with a focus on Victorian women novelists. And as you might guess, I love to read, and I love to share what I am reading with other people and hear their thoughts on it. So today I have a currently reading video, but this is not just any currently reading video, it is a Feb Regency currently reading video. Feb Regency is an event all about reading literature from the Regency or about the Regency. I have 2 books that I am reading currently, so I am keeping to my goal of being more realistic and not reading 5 books at one time. I'm very proud of myself, okay? This is month number 2 that I'm doing a good job with this. How long do we think it can last? But yes, I am reading 2 books. Let's jump in. The first book that I am reading is a very recent nonfiction about the Regency period. This is Sister Novelists, the trailblazing Porter sisters who paved the way for Austen and the Brontes by Devani Lucer. This is about 2 women writers who were sisters, Jane and Maria Porter, who were very, very popular at their time and who have since been forgotten. One of my big interests is recovering lost women novelists. I mainly work in the Victorian period, but I liked the entire 19th century and am becoming pretty interested in the 18th century as well. And this was recommended to me by an alumni from my program, and I am so glad that she recommended it because even though I'm only 19 pages in, I'm really enjoying this so far. I have read the prologue and the first chapter, which is covering the sisters' childhood. Their father died when they were very young. Their mother was poor and running a boarding house to support herself and her children. The brothers all went to school on scholarship, and the girls were lucky enough to be near a private library that they had access to. They were incredibly intelligent, even as children. Like I said, I'm loving this, even though I'm not even into it, 19 pages. But what's very interesting to me is seeing the parallels between the Porter sisters and the Bronte sisters, who I know quite a lot about and I've read several biographies about. And so seeing kind of the way that sibling sets were so intelligent and creating these stories and these worlds that, because the Porters and the Brontes are not the only sibling sets that did that. There were quite a few others from the era. So that's very interesting to me. I feel like there's a whole project there, and I'm like, no, do your dissertation. But yes, this is fascinating so far. I am working on finding some of their actual novels because I would love to read them. And yeah, I can't wait to get more into this, to really get into it and not just 19 pages in. And the second book is a novel from the Regency period. This is Cecilia by Frances Burney. This is my second book by Burney. I read her debut novel, Evelina, and really loved it. I love this so much. This is even better than Evelina. This is a big book. I am currently about 320 pages in, so a third of the way. And it does not feel this long at all. It reads so fast and so easily. I am loving this. This is about a young woman named Cecilia Beverly. She is an orphan who had been raised by her uncle, the dean, who has now passed away. She was entrusted by him to the care of 3 different guardians who are all terrible in their own way. And she has to live with one of these guardians while she is still a minor, which I believe is under the age of 21 here. And she's getting there. She's almost there. But she is an heiress. However, there's a condition that the dean left in his will is she can only inherit if her husband agrees to take her last name. So right now, Cecilia is out in London society. She has multiple men vying for her hand. She doesn't like any of them. And it's just, there's absolute shenanigans going on. There has already been a duel, a very worrying illness. People have been ruined, and Cecilia has had to save them with her fortune. Like, this is all very exciting. There is so much going on. There was this amazing masquerade scene that was hysterical, and everybody except Cecilia and the other people of her household were in costume, so you didn't know who was who, so you were trying to figure it out along with Cecilia. It was great. Can somebody get me a BBC adaptation of this? Please? Please. I'm adoring this. This is probably going to be a 5-star read for me. I mean, obviously there's still quite a lot to go, but if it continues on like this is going to be 5 stars. It's just so good. Frances Burney is one of Jane Austen's big influences, but actually what the introduction in this was saying is that Burney is more similar to Dickens than she is to Austen, and I would agree with that based on what I've seen so far. Whereas Austen's novels, like, yes, are focused on a woman in society, but they are very focused on like a small, zoomed in piece. In the drawing rooms, in the houses. Whereas in Cecilia, we get a really wide span. We are going and seeing the impoverished people of the era. We are getting like a lot of social critique, which is in both Austen and Dickens, but like Dickens, it's on a much wider scale in Cecilia. So that's been really interesting to see. I highly recommend this so much. I know it's super scary because of that. And I was nervous. I was like, this is a chunker. It reads so quickly. I can't even believe how quickly this reads. Like, it feels like no time is going by at all as I'm reading it. I'm loving this. I'm loving it so much. Yes, if you have not picked up anything by Frances Burney, I highly recommend her. She's fantastic. And I highly recommend Cecilia. So that is what I am currently reading. Let me know down in the comments below. Have you read either of these? What did you think of them? What are you currently reading? Are you participating in Feb Regency? Please don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you are interested in seeing more of my bookish content. It has been great chatting with you. I will see you soon. Bye.